Hello, hi, good evening. We've had a very long day in rehearsal, and I persuaded Ed to just stick with me for a little bit longer. So we stopped at 6:30. I said, I've got something still I want to do. So you get it. So I'm really happy that Ed could stay. You know, I've worked with Ed since 1999. I was just telling him outside. And his ears went down and he shrunk a little bit. And I really remember the first time I worked with him in the studio. And there was a practice room downstairs, which is now where the physio is. And I worked with him in a session there. It was a very small room, and he had these extraordinary limbs that were kind of bursting out of the room. And I was thinking actually today that I've got a microphone on, it's great. He's not got a microphone on it, so usually otherwise he'd be saying something about it. And what's really, he's going really red, but what's really amazing is that actually Ed is the dancer that I have worked with most in my career, in fact. I've made more ballets on Ed than anybody else, like literally. So we have a really great relationship, and I'm really happy that he's in Woolf Works and in such great shape. So we're just going to spend about 15, 20 minutes doing the thing that I didn't quite finish at 6:30. And if you can, that's after being with me for like 5 hours. And then Alessandra and Fede are coming, and we're going to do a little bit of that, and then we're going to have a little talk. So we're going to start. I'll just pretend you're not here. So can you just show me where we just got to, that little combination we were just working on a little bit? Okay, Eddie, so you know just the energy of that as you kind of almost like so it more falls into the space as you go, right? So yeah, that's it. Cool. And then this a little bit longer. So from here and here, this outside, a bit more outside. Let's just have a little look here. One way, cool, stop. So from here, what's happening? What's that transition in the foot into? Yeah, that's great. A little bit longer, That's it. How about two? Bam, yes. I think take time. Take time, a little flash and a little flash. A little flash and a little flash. Lovely. Longer. Just stop. A little bit more force forth. Force forth. Yes. Great. Way. Just take longer than that. Just a bit longer. Longer through the body. Way. Can that be a little bit bigger in the circle? So the knee is coming outside. The knee is coming outside a little bit. Fantastic. Bum, boy. A. Bump, stay a bit longer. Da. Stay there a bit longer. Only joking. So I'm like that. I didn't show you that, you see. That's really bad. Yeah, so stay a bit longer, and he can, you know, so that's great. So, you know, one of the things, this is the second movement of Woolf Works, and it comes from Orlando. It's not really Orlando, it comes from Orlando. And the thing about it is I wanted to find a physical vocabulary that was quite flamboyant, quite extrovert, kind of quite open. Really, these tentacles kind of reach out right the way through the walls. So this is a great moment for that. So can we just keep going? Just after that, let's have a little whoom, great. And then a new idea, right? Yeah, new idea. A bit longer, Eddie. Bit lower in the hips, Let's get the hips down if you can. That's it, gorgeous. Great. Give me something to do. Do it worse, so I can rehearse something. Yeah, it's like we planned before we came in that we were going to be bad, so I had something to do. It's like So we're good, right? So we're good in that little exchange. Yeah, that little exchange. Yeah. Then.
Do you want my hand on the leg, or should you without?
I think good on. Yeah, I think good on. Tak, yay. That's nice, isn't it? Da, land it, stay, breath. Bum, dam, dam, bay. Good. Is there any way that padishah can just go, it's like scratches across the space, it just goes, just like that. Yeah, just the feeling of that. Okay. Scratches across the space. Bum, way. Bum. Yeah, there we go. Lovely. Take your time here. What's just that transition around? What's just that moment round? Yeah, okay. A little bit more torsion. More torsion, fantastic. Away, tiong. Well, yeah, Eddie, how is that again? Same feeling that we can get the sense of weight, kind of the sense of weight and sense of fall through the space, right? ya, ya, hey, there we go. And then is there any way that arm can be a little bit more delayed? Ja, ja, Cool, tiang, dagat, dagat, ja, lovely. Tiang, te, way, da, underneath. Just one, and two. One, and two. Tiang, da, hey, good, then. Blank. Tiang. Can that drop the weight into the hip and through the heel? There we go. And what I liked about that was the articulation of the arms at swing. Tiang, chiang, there we go. Tak, yay. Ba-dum, bay, bam-bam, bay. Ja-dum. Eddie, can that be really flat, like a plane of glass, but wide in the hands? Tiang.
That diagonal and then...
Yeah, and then I think just when you're here, just keep this really flat. Really flat, gorgeous. Ba-dum. Great. Cha-da, cha-da-da-da-da. Ba-dum. Can they just be a fraction quicker? I've got all these great sounds, I don't have to do it, right? I just go, but yeah, so it just goes, there we go. Ba-dum, bum, really long. And then just from the end of this, the transition through into that next thing. Tiam, boy. Lovely. Tiam, hum, hey. Bum, way, hey. A little bit more drop, a little bit more drop. Down. Down space. Yeah, that was good.
Sorry.
From here, drop through.
That one drop.
Yeah. A bit more swing. Just let it go. Reenact it. Great. Is that tongue in it? That one. Okay. I thought you were adding a move. So really easy swing then. Yeah, again, new idea. Da, hyam, ba, bam, ba. Like wings. Wam, great. I think really formal go. Tang, hey, I really see it, really clear, super clear. Lovely. Tang. Second one more amplified, so ja, bariana. Yeah. Bam, bay, ba, lovely. Nice clean triplet. Oh, that's really nice. If that head really has that articulation, you're really a bit further off. So even more. There we go.
Wow.
Yeah, even more. Tight susu. Lovely. There we go. And then how can I get rid of that out of the second one? Yeah, so it's just so I find it. Yeah, so at the end of the second head that I connect the two things. So I guess one of the big things that we're working on, where, especially with somebody like Ed, who's got such an amazing kind of facility to be able to do shape really well, and has got an amazing flow system. So much we're looking at the moments between what we'd call keyframes, key moments of movement. So for me, I think choreography is very much a process of transition rather than a process of shape. So rather than kind of aiming to show shape, what I'm always trying to do is try and find out and mine the bit that's between shapes. So one way we've found to do that is singing these little transitions, but it's about finding how is it that one shape ends and the other one begins, but this richness in the middle. So that was an example of that, really. So that you find whatever the moment is from this in itself is content. It's not nothing, it's something. Yeah, so could we just have a little look from just that little head thing? Boom. Yeah, great. And then now, that's it. So you notice there the thing that Ed did. I don't know if you did notice. What did he do there that he didn't do last time? Did you see? Let's just see if he does it again. Let's watch. Just watch again. So we're training you up to do my notes, right? So here we go. What did he do that time? He did it again, actually. He solved the problem by actually going right through the floor into a plie. And before he was staying up and kind of teetering out of it, yeah? So if I asked him to do it badly, not badly, but if you do the first one, and you see, you get like a kind of funny little shuffle. And then if he just works his plie, boom, fantastic. Yeah, you get that real depth and those really febrile kind of really fantastic tentacle legs. Great. Eddie, we're nearly there. How are we going? Yeah. Insect man. Is that the end? The end. Let's have a look. Okay, that's good. You had so many notes, I can't even bear it. Let's have a look. This is, Max Richter has written a new score for this, and I've got it at the moment on a version that he does on Sibelius. And Sibelius is a program, if there are any musicians in the house, which basically renders all the orchestration through a synthesizer. So he would absolutely kill me if he knew I was playing it through the synthesizer, through the Sibelius now. So this isn't the live orchestra. You've got to kind of imagine what the live orchestra would feel and sound like. But at least it gives you a sense of something of the energy of the thing that we're going to do. So I was just having a little think about it. The stress of performing. So this is like it's a mental exercise. We call this drafting or marking. And it helps the brain put into process what the body is doing. And often you find this in elite sports people as well, that this is as useful as actually doing it fully and real. That actually this is an exercise helps a thing called entrainment. How is it that your body is allowed to get physicality really embedded inside your body? Can you try it? Just, I know it's late now, but can you just try the performative aspect of this? It's really huge. Yeah, it's kind of flamboyant and it's kind of really like, kind of knowing, yeah? Let's just have a little go. Let's see if it's going to work. I'll tell you when, Eddie, okay? Quite quiet. Can you hear it all right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 1. Bang, 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 yeah. Bang, 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 yeah. Bang, bang, yeah, bang, yeah. Bang, bang, yeah, bang, yeah. Bang, yeah, bang, yeah, bang, yeah. Bang, yeah, bang, yeah, bang, yeah. Bang, yeah, bang, yeah. Cool, well done, Ed. Well, thank you so much. So, it's interesting, isn't it? You know, when you're rehearsing, you get a certain kind of physicality, and then when dancers run the phrase, you get something extra, and that kind of performative thing. And I think, you know, one of the disciplines of rehearsing is that you encourage dancers to get to that point where they do it at their fullest, because you'll notice that when Ed did that phrase in its fullest, you get both positive stuff in there. You get an added dimension, and you also get something which is slightly more noisy. And noisy, I mean physical noise. Do you see what I mean? So in the second half of that phrase, I got amazing power, but I got slightly less clarity. And it was only, and that's not criticism, it's just that's where it was. So it's interesting that actually during that rehearsal process, dancers have to deliver at that kind of level for you to be able to then note it, so they can really kind of keep control over it during performances. The other thing that I like to do when I'm working is I never sit down in the rehearsals. I'm not a choreographer that sits down. But I've learned, for me, one of the very useful things about working with the body in real time in the real space is actually moving around it as you watch the phrase, and not only always fixing your location from the front. And that helps me, right? Because it helps me decide what is the best orientation for this thing that I've made. I might have made it in one orientation, but it's really a fantastic thing to be able to see it from other locations to decide if there's richness from a different place. Ed, thank you so much. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you, Arrábida. Thank you. Cool, thank you.